All right, here we are.
Episode 7.
Episode 7. We're getting through them. We're nearly in double digits.
We are. This is the most consistent I think we've ever been on a project ever.
Actually, yep. No, we're really enjoying the. Well, I know I probably can't speak for the both of us, but I'm really enjoying the process. This has been really interesting, just experiment to start with, like trying to explain things that are in your head.
Yeah.
That you think you understand really well until you try and say them out loud to people who aren't watching or people who can't communicate back to you. Like that, there's no questions, right? Like there's people probably screaming at their phones, but we obviously can't hear you. So it's been different.
I've been enjoying it.
It's
a fun thing to do and to try anyway.
Yeah, I think it's been really good for a heap of stuff. My mental health has improved significantly from and I don't know why. I just am genuinely
it's not like
happier.
we're talking any more frequently than normal.
Maybe it's because we're talking less frequently than normal.
Possibly. That could well be it.
That could very well be it. I doubt it. No, it's awesome, and the support that we've had has been the take up, and from people that I just never ever in a million, you could ask me, all the people I know who would listen to our podcast, or the people we don't know who would listen to our podcast, the demographics of our podcast, what would it be? And I would have said probably people our age, and that's a good chunk of it. It's probably about 38%.
Yep.
But about 25% is over 50.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And then there's the 17 to 20-year-olds. It's a small percentage. I think it's 12 or something.
Yeah. Well, they haven't got the attention span to listen to anything.
Or the interest, I guess.
No, that's right. It's that's interesting that we've got such a broad...
And females.
Yep.
Shout out to all the ladies listening because, a heap of people, once again, that I'd never have guessed. We've got these old family friends. I've literally known them my entire life. And she would be in her... She's going to fucking hate me if I overguess this. But I'm going to shoot low and say in the early 50s. Maybe late 40s. Late 40s. Let's go late 40s. Let's go late 40s. Decade under. And I ran into her just in town. And she's like, I've been listening to your podcast. It's awesome. I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, it's not too... sweary or too rambly. She's like, nah, it's all super interesting. Just had a heap of really positive stuff to say. And so, so thank you everybody for their feedback.
That's good. It's good to know sort of what we're doing right and wrong. We're not going to change what we're doing, but
no,
it's just interesting to know why people gravitate to certain things. It's it's because I suppose too, it's such a saturated market. You know what I mean?
There's 4 billion podcasts. We should look up what the actual... We're 3 minutes in. We need to look something up.
Yeah, surprise.
How many podcasts are released every day?
New ones.
New ones.
Yeah.
People create, generating a brand new podcast concept.
Yep.
Because I know YouTube is out of control. It's huge.
It'd be good if we could go back and, re-listen to ourselves and write down what the things that we want to look up.
It would be super good. Because I think there's something like 2 million creators on YouTube, over 2 million creators, but it gets 1-point-something billion views a day.
Yeah,
so it's
so wild.
It's not even close to being a saturated market.
Yeah.
There's so many people watching versus creating content.
Yeah.
It's so the niches that you could create, we always kick ourselves. When I was shoeing full time, people genuinely were you guys need to take photos or do an Instagram, do a YouTube of shoeing horses. No, I never really thought about it too much. And now it's people shoeing horses gets 2-3 million views of video. It's
same as the automotive industry.
Yeah.
The cool things that I spent years working remote field service and the jerry rigging and fixing things on the fly and stuff you just were I don't care, just get it done.
Yeah.
And then now you look at all the content that's coming out, you're man, that would have been such an opportunity, but it wasn't even understood. That was like early 2000 and teens.
Yeah, that's right.
But I was just like, that's stupid. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
now it is just everywhere.
Yeah, and like the stories, like it's hard to recount a lot of the stories now, like because obviously we've been settled for, like you've been settled and I've been settled for like a long time in town now.
Yep.
That it's much of the same, but like, yeah, if you'd captured some of that, old
back
stuff we used to do.
Well, I remember when I was contract harvesting, would have been about 2011. I was away, and just sheer boredom more than anything else. I just was taking videos on my phone of like the reel going round, and we were just doing acres and acres and acres of wheat, all day, all night.
Yeah. And did they have GPS back then?
No, this was pre-GPS. There was a few contractors that just started running it where we were.
Wow.
And we were just like, holy. They'd just get out after a 24-hour swing, like fresh as. We were doing between sort of 16, 18 hours a night.
Fuck.
And it would have been 12 months later, because it was a family member that I was working for. I must have been just going through my phone, and he was like, oh, where's that from? I was like, oh, that was when we were down at New South Harvest. He goes,
yeah.
He'd been at that time harvesting that same property for 30-something years. He's like, I've never, ever seen footage of like in the cab. You know? He was like, that's so, what'd you think of that? I was like, mate, I was just bored. The radio was on and, yeah, it was nothing fancy. But now you think, geez, that could have been
that would have been
now.
Awesome, yeah.
Clip it up and do something with it. But, that was on the old, like, one of the old Nokia phones. Like when they first had the colour screen, the little video.
The video quality would have been
it was terrible.
Yeah.
But, it just gave like a POV of operating the machine. So
yeah, that's cool.
And now, that stuff's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'll consume hours of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like just flicking through, you just, like I think the other thing for us that we've been learning through this process is we were so like pedantic about what we used to post for stuff.
Yep.
And just realizing that content is content. It's a disposable consumer good now. It's not meant to be the best pen that anybody's ever made or the best story that anyone's ever written. It's like designed to be consumed for 35 seconds
and then never seen
again, forgotten about.
I used to spend 3 hours doing like an Instagram reel and getting the music exactly right and timing this and doing that, and I was like, now that we've got someone doing it for us, it's so much easier. Yeah, because I'd spend 3 hours and go, oh, that's shit, and delete it. Yeah, it's just such a waste of time and energy.
Yeah, but like it just discourages you from doing it, and then you don't do anything.
Yep.
And like it's hard to get over that mentality of something is better than nothing with social media.
Yep.
Because it used to be if you put yourself out there and it wasn't bang on, that was seen as worse than than doing something. Whereas now not doing something is worse than creating something that's of B or C or D, even D quality. Like if it's not edited perfectly or whatever. Just getting it out there, it's still...
And I think probably too some people appreciate when they're not studio perfect.
Oh, absolutely,
because it is literally, this is what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah. And that is what it is.
Yeah, it feels like they're joining in, right? Like it's, instead of it being hyper-edited.
Yeah.
It feels more like... And it also feels like you're talking to, like, for example...
You're including your audience.
Whereas if it's, like, sterile... in a thing, it's really, it feels really addy, or it feels really like staged. Whereas when it is raw and the video is shaky and you're saying or
someone's walking across in the background, or
people are like, oh, this is him, like in real life, like, oh, this is what staged. And then they feel like they get to know you through that content instead of that sterile, perfect content where it feels staged. It's like, oh no, I feel like I really know Michael and how his shop works. Or
well, we've been taking a heap of video content of any of our bigger jobs, and like, you know, at the start it was like you could hear a rattle gun in the background or hear an engine starting up somewhere else in the shop, and you go, oh, should we edit that out?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if it's not directly impacting the quality of the content, you know, like if it's not that loud or intrusive that it's taking away from, like, leave it in there, because otherwise it just seems like you're in here at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You've set it all up. You've got the lights where you want them, and it's
everything looks perfect.
So.
Yeah, and then people get discouraged because they go, oh, well, my stuff, like when I'm working on it doesn't look like that. Yeah. Whereas this is actually what it looks like. The other thing that I found really interesting is the conception or misconception of time for things, because like everyone cuts everything down so much now, like hyper edits time to make it fit TikTok or make it fit Reels or make it fit Shorts, and that's like 25 to 40 seconds. Like 40 seconds is a long reel. Like, and so like a lot gets achieved in that time, or even in a 40-minute YouTube video, it's a week's worth of work.
Yeah, and they've just edited it.
And they've done it, edited it so much that it's a 40-minute video.
Yeah.
So people go, I'm going to start this project, I'm going to work on this car, or I'm going to do this.
Yeah, they don't show the broken bomb that took 2 days to get out, or the horse that you got there and it was lame and you had to fuck around for 4 hours to get it right.
That's right. They
just want the 15-second, fit in the shoe and it's done.
How good is this? They see the problem and then they see the result in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And everyone gets the dopamine dump from that.
Yeah.
But then in real life, it takes 5 hours.
We got caught out here. A mate brought his Beamer in one afternoon late. He just bought and he said, I've just found this YouTube thing. There's like a reducing valve in the clutch you can just take out. It's like a 15-minute video. He sent me the link. I watched it. I was like, piece of piss. Like, it's a tight fit, but it's easy as. And we were like 5 hours. It was easy to get it out, and then after you refit the line, you just rebleed the clutch. Well, that took it was such a and then you get on the forums and everyone goes, they're a nightmare, an absolute nightmare to bleed up. We went through like litres of fluid, and it was like, what have we done? Like,
what did we get ourselves into?
And so that was us getting caught out with the editing.
And so like I feel like that then discourages people from like doing it themselves. And it's like it's daunting. It's daunting to start.
Yeah.
But once you get rolling, it's all right.
Just let it do its thing.
Yeah. Stop thinking. Overthinking.
Yeah.
Overthinking's a killer.
It is. In everything.
In everything. Yeah. Well, what's that saying? Fear of failure will crush more things than failure of doing the thing ever would.
Yep.
Like people just never start.
That's right. Yep. And we've talked about it probably on here already, the people that just need that push.
Yep. That's right. Just get going. Just start.
Yeah.
Just get into it.
Yep.
Talking about getting into it, so should we. We're smoking a Warfighter, pretty much standard, 50 cal field, which is just the Maduro, and it's
Nick Pura.
It's Nicola Pura. It is a little treat to get going. It's just chocolatey hazelnut. Beautiful. It's just like a burnt coffee with hazelnut in it. It's just a treat. Absolute treat. One of my definitely top two, top three cigars of all time. It is a little treat.
Yep.
So if you're playing along at home, that's what we're smoking.
Highly recommend.
Get you some.
They are great. Do you do anything special this week?
Not really.
Got the car back?
Well, we got our little pocket rocket PPF'd and done, and so we've been playing with that a little bit.
Racing around. It's an angry little thing, so that's been a little bit of fun, but it's sort of got overshadowed by just work. We're just trying to get a heap of machines organised for the facility, and it's just frustrating, to say the least. Yep.
Some of the people we're working with
don't quite have
enthusiasm. Yeah, they're more interested in the problems than in the solutions to stuff, but that's okay. It's coming along, but it's just been grindy.
Yeah.
We did a heap of candles towards the end of last week, but this week it's been like pretty candle free so far, which has been pretty good. We'll get back into it towards the end of the week, but outside of that, it's been pretty standard-roony. We've been watching our next door neighbour put a shed up. Yeah, it's impressive how quickly they put sheds up these days.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, if you just get a good roll at them.
Yeah, it's just super cool. What about you?
Much the same, mate. We've just had a standard. We kicked a few big jobs into life, which is good. Like big long jobs that have all sort of culminated in success so far.
Excellent.
Which is great.
That's what you want.
Yeah, I'm nursing a dislocated rib at the moment, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's always a casual sport.
Slowed you up a bit.
We play. I play just a social comp in town here, C grade, like nothing sheep stationy, but I don't know. We all just had a bit too much courage in us last night. I think it was a pretty wild game. That the wife and the kids came and watched. And like, every single player on our team was on the deck at some stage. My apprentice has come in this morning with his arm wrapped up in the cast. He's either dislocated his wrist or a thumb or something. So it's like, is it really worth the? I love it because it's outside of work. It's outside of school and. The kids, I can out of myself with a group of guys. We talk a bit of lip and play some basketball, a bit of fitness, but then you go, geez, is it really worth the trouble breathing for the next week while my rib finds its way back in?
Or the trouble in your business, or the trouble in, like, your other activities that you do. I don't know. So I've got a pretty strong stance on this. I don't think it is worth it, and I would be incredibly disappointed. Like me and Emma talk about this a lot. Obviously Emma's my partner, and my business partner in our other candle company, Settlers. And she rides horses. And we talk about preparedness for work versus excitement over hobbies.
Yeah.
And so we come to heads with this a fair bit because I'm what's a good way to describe me? I'm focused when I want to be.
Yeah.
And when I'm focused, just that's it. That's all I do.
Yeah. You have hyper-focused ADHD.
And it works really well for me. I've sort of like learned how to control it over the years. Well, it gets out of control, but learned how to beam it in on something, and it just becomes. So for me, like, I haven't had any hobbies that have gotten in the way of any of my work, like any of my businesses, for nearly 7 years. The only thing I do is Wednesday night pistol club. When we every
you got your
bike
going again, but
yes. So this is we're getting there. So, while we were building stuff up, I gave up free time. I gave up everything to keep focusing on that business.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't productive towards the business, I just didn't do.
Yeah.
Emma had a different philosophy. She, to her credit, has also put in a lot of work, but occasionally she would like to ride her horse and do that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And she would get hyper-focused on the horse riding and then lap on the job side of stuff.
Yep.
Or be too tired because she had too big of a weekend or something like that, and it would get in the way. And that put a fair bit of strain on us because
on the growth of the
business.
Yep.
Let alone if I was if she was to hurt herself, like she does a lot of computer work and stuff like that. If I was to hurt myself, it would just grind our business to an absolute halt. That's why we've shifted focus from shoeing. We ran a shoeing business for a lot of years at full tilt, and we've obviously realised at some point that if I hurt myself, that's it. That's our income stream.
And it's a hard game on the body.
It's a hard. Like, I've broken
when you're young and fit.
I've broken ribs, fingers, toes. Fucking you name it.
And you've just got to drag yourself out of bed and continue working because it's your soul.
You don't get to stop shoeing just because you got a broken finger or a broken rib or because it's your income. And so for me, if there was a chance that it got in the way of our work, it's just not acceptable.
Yeah.
To me.
And I'm
lacking off now. We're slacking off a little bit now because we're getting automated and we're rolling and so I am allowing myself, like, my motorbike's back up and going again and I'm riding in the forestry, but I'm still pretty
careful on it.
Careful compared to especially
and that was always like questions probably 1, 2 and 3 on any job interview that I've ever been a part of, either as going into a job or hiring people, is what are your weekend hobbies? Do you have a manual license? And whatever else. But that was always a big thing. If they come into a job interview and go, I play rugby league on Saturday, I ride motocross Sundays, or I race BMX, whatever. You go, would you be willing to give some of that up? Because dislocated rib's nothing. It hurts to breathe, but it's not going to stop me doing what I'm doing. Alex can still work through what he's, it's just a sprained wrist. He'll be fine. But if they come in with a broken leg,
broken collarbone,
and they can't work for 3 months, who foots the bill
Yeah.
For them.
Yep.
And also B, who foots the bill for the loss of productivity and the downtime.
Right.
So I think there's got to be that balance between, like, you can't lock yourself in a room and say I'm not doing any activity because I want my business to be running at full capacity all the time.
Yeah. Because you go crazy, and you do. You go, do. I can tell you from fucking experience.
Yep.
It's not good for your health.
No, it's definitely not. And it's been good, and it's probably the biggest thing I struggled with working away was you didn't have, unless you wanted to sign up for, like, you know, when I was at Moranbah, you'd try and sign up for a bit of a club soccer comp or something like that.
Yeah.
But then you get called out to a breakdown, you miss games, and it was like, you go, fuck, what's the point?
Yeah.
But then you finish work and you go and sit in your room in a shipping container.
Yeah, basically.
And get up again in the dark, go and have your breakfast, back to work for another 12 or 14 hours. So your mental health can really suffer there as well.
Yep.
If you haven't got a good crew to work with, I think that was the main thing, was that our field service guys were such a good crew.
Yeah.
That even if you left one site and went to another, you'd just fall back in with that same group of guys and catch up again. But I really enjoyed the basketball, and I look forward to it every week, because it's pretty, except for this week, it's a very low
low
sport.
chance. Yeah, that's right.
Good bit of cardio. You get an hour of cardio
until you blow your knee out, and then
yeah, that's right. And that's where you sort of you're not pushing yourself to get into the next division. You're just happy to sit and play 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And
see, I struggle with that, because, like, if I'm not doing it to win, I can't have the motivation.
Yeah.
Like, my motivation for it just instantly dwindles.
And we play to win, but you get to half time, and if the other team, we're playing a high school team, they're up by 40, you go, well, let's just have a bit of fun. You know, we'll keep playing, but like we're obviously not going to win this game. Let's not risk a blown ACL or something.
Yeah.
To still come second place to a heap of 17-year-olds.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, it's such I've not met. I don't know a single business owner that has a solution to this problem. Not only is it the exercise or the mental health or the, like, having a hobby and stuff like that, but, like, how much of your life do you put on hold for your business? Like, at the end of the day, what's the fucking point of running your own business and having the freedom and doing all that sort of stuff if you don't do anything with it? So, like, it's such a hard. My mind can't come to terms with it. I struggle with it.
It's just one of those. And I mean, it's no different than, you know, we've just had that big bout of influenza go through the entire region.
Yeah.
So like we've just been a revolving door here of like staff away for 2 or 3 days or 4 days or one day, and then they come good, and then the next one goes down, and then, you know, I go down, and then it's just, you've just got to accept that that's until we can run cyborgs. and have no immune systems and no bones to break. It's just one of those things. But I think the mental health benefit and that aspect of it is you know, better. You reckon that outweighs the risk? Yeah, within reason. Like if I hired a bloke and he told me that every single weekend he's racing Supercross, it'd be like, this is
going to be a lot
tricky one. Yeah. Because it's pretty hard to do what we do with one leg not working.
Well, it's hard to move around on crutches on a slippery. It's hard enough with your 2 feet to walk around on a concrete floor.
And I mean, you're propping up on light duties, but even then, like, what's light duties?
Truck or American truck mechanic shop.
And how many times have you cut your own stitches out a month or 4 weeks early, or 3 weeks early because the doctor says don't do any heavy lifting until the stitches are out, and you're like, I've got to get back to work.
Last time I got stitches, they put 10 in my hand, and I think 2 days later there was like 3 or 4 left in it. It was an absolute mess. But anyway, we'd love your feedback on this one, whether you're an apprentice or a manager or a business owner or whatever it is. It's a constant battle.
And I think now even gym. You know what I mean? Like, how many people go to a gym after work, and there's no guarantee you're not going to tear a bicep or drop a dumbbell on your foot, or you know what I mean? Like, there's no shortage of ways to hurt yourself.
I think, like,
But anyway, so that's been my week today.
I don't know if there's a solution to that dilemma. I think it's, you just got to spend time enjoying your life, or spend time focusing, and then kick back and enjoy it for a bit and then focus again, or do both at the same time. Who knows?
I think when I was a sole trader and working for myself and it was only me, you couldn't afford to have downtime. No. You know, like because you had no one else to cover your shift or cover your phone, or you know. But now at least we've got staff. We can even if I touch wood had a broken leg, I can still hobble around, answer phones, and direct the team and keep.
It's a hard mental shift to shift from that sole trader mentality to we're like we've business got a now. Unit. Yeah. There's actual people here that are here to help me, and that's probably another conversation for another day. Is delegation of tasks as a business owner. It's a struggle. Jesus Christ.
It is a struggle. God, and anyone who knows me knows that I hate delegating.
Yep.
I can't micromanage, but I can't delegate. It's one of those things.
Yeah, that's going to be, I would have to be aware that we're going to talk about delegation, and then I'll probably try and build my thoughts up on it.
Because it'll be a scattered mess.
That's going to be that's going to be a really hard.
It is a tricky one,
thing to try and explain over a podcast.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting one. Did you feel the ground shaking on the weekend?
Yeah. Well, no. No, I didn't. So, but yes, everybody else fucking did apparently. Like I had zero idea, and then all of a sudden, everybody was just like, "Did you feel the earthquake?"
We just had the typical Queensland reaction to anything. Whereas we were at weekend sport, and I was sitting in a couple of chairs watching the girls warm up, and like my chair was rocking.
Oh, did it actually? Yeah. Where were you?
I was at Carney Springs, Nellie Robinson's home.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was because Spencer was sitting beside me playing on his phone, and I just thought he had his foot on my chair because I was like, "What are you doing?" Like,
what the
piss off?
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, my phone just said something." Like he got an earthquake alert on his phone.
My brother did too. Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, that's odd," and I didn't even look at it. And then we moved over to where the girls were playing the actual game, and one of the other mums sat down. And she goes, "Did you feel that earthquake?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "There was an alert on my phone." She said, "I thought it was the wind because it's always windy up there." And I said, "Yeah, well, I didn't think I'd felt an earthquake." And then my phone come up as well, and I was like, "Oh shit, that must have been what it was." And then you start checking, and there's people out as far as like Greenmount,
everywhere.
Sean, who works for me, they're out further.
Yeah,
they had like a basket of washing toppled off the side of the couch, and
wild, So like,
it was a pretty big one. Like it was 5.2
magnitude. Like, and it.
But typical Queenslanders are just like,
But like, we shouldn't have earthquakes here. We're not on.
We're not on.
So for the people who don't understand like earthquakes, and I don't really understand earthquakes either, but the world works on tectonic plates. The tectonic plates are always ramming into each other, and where the tectonic plates grab and shift around, that's where earthquakes happen. And I think the nearest one to us is like near New Zealand somewhere.
Yeah,
it's out in the ocean, like a long way away. But occasionally earthquakes take place on a plate.
Yep.
And so there's like little fracture marks. I only know this because I looked it up after we had an earthquake. There's little fracture marks, and apparently the fracture mark near us. I did.
Oh, you took notes.
I took notes. I actually have notes of this because it was super interesting. So along from like around the Kilkeven area where the earthquake started and all the way down to us, it's called the Perry Fault, and it's like a little crack in the thing. And what happens if the tectonic plate that you're riding on, that Australia is on, the whole of Australia is on one tectonic plate, if its edge can't release the stress of moving against it, it will just send shudders through the whole plate. And so they're never meant to be very big earthquakes. They're like little shuddery ones. Yep. And Geelong have had a few, and like a couple down in Melbourne and stuff, but they've been like, I don't know what they were, like 2 or 3.
Yeah, not very
big ones. They sort of like rumble, and that's about it.
Yep.
For it to be a 5.2 is like super duper rare, yeah. But it's because there is technically a fault line. Technically we are on a fault line, but it's it's not two tectonic plates running together. It's like a crack in a plate.
Yeah,
and so that's what the pressure building from our tectonic plate not being able to release its pressure just released pressure on the perifault, which is our little line.
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't know that.
There you go.
So,
I had no idea. I was just like, oh yeah, cool. That's what that was, and moved on with my life.
yeah. It freaked me out because I was like, when I cause obviously you get taught stuff at school about earthquakes and tsunamis and things like that, and the going consensus was you don't get earthquakes if you're not on a fault line.
Yeah.
But here we are getting earthquakes. Yeah,
woke a few people up. I think. I'm sure we'll rebuild.
Those memes were the best. I
checked in the safe within like 40 seconds of getting the alert. I got on our like family group chat. I was like, just letting you all know I'm safe. I'm okay.
That's so
Mum and Dad were in New South, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. No, the only thing, well, not the only thing, obviously researching stuff is good for the internet, but basically the only good thing about social media is the fucking memes. When shit happens,
I lose
it is
so many hours
funny
on that shit.
God, it's so funny.
It's the best. The internet is the best place for comedy.
Yeah, so hopefully...
And no holds barred comedy too.
Oh yeah, it's the best. Hopefully we don't get too many more earthquakes, but it seems to just be, well, increasing, I guess. Well, I don't know. Increasing because we've never had a 5, so it's 100% increase in earthquake activity this year. So,
well, in the last 35 years.
Yeah. No, it's pretty interesting, but maybe it's all maybe it's just the like cycles. Maybe earthquakes happen in cycles, just like weather and the rest of it. Maybe it's just don't know. It'd be super interesting to talk to someone who's actually an expert in.
Yeah, which we are not experts in. Anything. Because was there not a tsunami very recently also in the Pacific, I thought?
Yeah, like up near, that was up near Japan and that. It was from an earthquake, a volcano though.
Yeah, okay.
A big volcano went off, which might have been triggered by an earthquake. I don't know enough about it, but...
there'll be people just fucking screaming at their phones right now.
Yeah, calling us
idiots.
Idiots. Dimwits, I think is one of the most recent comments. which is accurate, to be fair.
It is extremely accurate.
He got us nailed on the head there. We can't really argue with that one too much. The fart sniffer was a bit too far, but anyway.
That's to be expected.
Yes. The volcanoes, apparently there's 2 massive volcanoes in the middle of Australia that were meant to be dormant and that are rumbling now.
Really?
Yes, apparently. I haven't had any time to actually look it up, but as I was driving here, it popped up and I was like, I need to fucking look into that. And I've only just
arrived.
Just literally tweaked my brain now talking about the earthquake.
Because they got to be related to or correlated with earthquakes, because that whole ring of fire in the there is down the San Andreas fault, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so
that's where the magma comes up.
Yeah.
Is like when they move and crush and break and do stuff, it lets the stuff move from the inner mantle. Is it the inner mantle? I don't know. This is too geological for me, but that's where it comes from. But like, there's a heap of talk about the inner mantle because with the Earth spins, but it doesn't spin on a true axis.
No.
It wobbles.
Yep.
It wobbles to a certain amount of degrees. It wobbles on the poles, so the North and South Pole wobble, but the distance of wobble changes. I always thought it was a set wobble.
No,
but it changes depending on where we are in the cycle. And the pole, people talk, it's called pole migration, and people talk about it that are way more intelligent than I am, but over the last couple of decades, they move like 10 miles a year.
Yep.
Last year, in the year itself, it moved 70 miles.
Yeah.
It's like, that is a huge increase.
Massive.
Like, that's crazy. So, I don't know. There's a whole lot of internet talk about pole migration at the moment because they're really off the deep end guys who believe in all of the I don't know all the conspiracies, but that are right into the pole migration conspiracy is that every 10 or 15,000 years, it does a 90-degree flip for 7 days and then flicks back again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That'd shake a few people up.
Yeah, so that's where they think the Noah's Ark myth came from. So there's two trains of thoughts. There's one, the big asteroid hits us, upsets everything, makes a big wave. Noah builds Ark, floats along, saves 2 of every animal, including termites. Nobody really knows where he kept the termites.
And how the kangaroos got all the way.
There. And then the second lot of guys, instead of the asteroid theory, it's the pole flip theory. So
north-south became east-west.
Yeah, so it flips 90 degrees, for 7 days, and then it flips back.
Which would obliterate most people, because how many people do you know struggle with north, south, east, west? As it is,
It's hard.
For 7 days, they wouldn't fucking know what was going on.
Which way was up under the water? I can put your scuba suit on. The north-south thing's super interesting. So my dad is fucking atrocious. You could spin him around. You could tell him where north is. You'd spin him around once and ask him where north is again, and he'll point the opposite direction every time. Like he has no internal compass whatsoever. Whereas, like, doesn't matter where I'm standing. If I'm in Australia, you could just ask me where's north, and I'll just point directly to I was like an internal compass. And heaps of people I know, it's like don't have a superpower.
No, you're not an X-Man.
I'm not an X-Man. Like heaps of people I know have the same thing. But I went overseas and I could not fucking figure out which way was which.
Did you go Northern Hemisphere?
Me. Yeah, Northern Hemisphere. Yeah.
You reckon that's what it was?
Yep. It's the wrong way. The sun's the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I think subconsciously you do it off the sun.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, I don't look at the sun and go, "Oh, that's over in the west."
Yeah, your body just knows.
My body just knows that. Obviously,
if the sun's on your left-hand side, in the afternoon, you're facing north.
Yeah, and my mum had the exact same problem. She went over there, she's got an internal compass as well. Fucked. Couldn't figure out which way was which. Completely lost her sense of direction, which is super wild. But my dad, who grew up in Holland, perfectly fine. His little compass clicked on, knew exactly where they were going the whole time.
Compass.
Yeah, his little local compass of the Netherlands, because it's only 4 square feet, right?
Yeah, that's
you can see from one corner of the Netherlands to the other.
Yeah. Same population as Tasmania.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah. So I don't know that the internal compass thing is super interesting. Like how you actually know, because birds have the bird system works on the magnetic, how the magnetic poles have the north to south magnetic reach sort of thing, and that's what creates the radiation protection from space.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that magnetic force field, and birds use that to track their migration periods. That's how they tell their directions.
When to head north.
Yeah. So I wonder if people have it.
We probably did a long time ago, before Google Maps.
Well, if I walk somewhere, if I drive somewhere under my own power, I can get back there every day of the week.
Same.
If I follow Google Maps, I'll never find it.
Or if someone drives me there.
Can't do it.
Atrocious. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm exactly the same. And I can, I've been given directions to bumfuck nowhere.
Yep.
Go down this road, you'll go past 3 double gates, and next one in, and next time I go back there, I just know that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
But if you drove and you drove past 3 double gates, I'd no way.
Yeah. That's super interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty. Yeah. I often wonder how much of that natural ability we're
lost.
losing.
Yeah.
We've lost and we are losing. Like you think back to how the Vikings managed to cross into England in the dark on fucking paddle boats.
With
and
a bit
multiple
of wind.
times. Like they didn't just fluke at that one time, they were doing
land
it
in the
regularly.
same beach.
Yeah.
Like they'd land in the same spot.
Yep. Just looking at the stars.
Yep.
So,
crazy with their little stone or whatever it was. I don't fucking know.
And now there's people that have probably never seen a night sky. You know what I mean? Like because of light pollution. They've just never seen it. Like we just took it for granted where we grew up because you go outside and let your eyes adjust and you could see everything. It was just a thing.
Yeah.
And
the light pollution at our place now is getting fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, same at home. Like you're just starting to know. We're lucky, like our streets in the old part of town, so we don't even have street lights on our street, which you wouldn't either, obviously. But Yeah, it's just one of those things. You go out somewhere where it is dark, and you sort of realise how insignificant you really are.
Yeah,
they reckon that comet that's coming, that is the reason it's moving so fast.
Yeah,
is because it's so old. It's been, every time it goes past a big gravitational pull, it slingshots it faster and faster and faster and faster, and that's why that's what threw them at first, because normally like a rock in space isn't moving that quick.
Yeah,
but they reckon it's that,
or directly.
The age of it's been doing that for however many million years, and just getting slung faster and faster. Yeah,
that's super crazy. I guess there's no resistance up there. Like you just
don't imagine so.
Well, there's no air resistance.
Yeah, that's right.
There's nothing. There's a vacuum. It's a zero thing. So you just zip along. Isn't there some debate about that comet still?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Yep. I'm still on the fence, man. I don't know if I want to believe it. Like if it's my brain just being like, nah, it could be, or not. But there's still some people that are pretty adamant that it's not organic thing. But obviously there's the Hubble and NASA.
Yeah, it's a pretty clever little machine, that.
Yeah. But governments, we're here to help.
Yeah. Don't even get me started.
So I don't know. If the question in my mind is if there was an alien spaceship hurtling itself towards the world at 6 kilometres a second or 130,000 kilometres of fucking whatever it is, however fast it's actually going now, would they tell you that it's aliens?
What are they going to achieve from telling you?
Well, that's exactly it. Like nothing, except for people are going to lose their minds. So even if it was an alien ship, and I'm not saying it definitely is, but there's a greater than 0% chance that it is.
Oh, I'm sure it is, yeah.
Well,
yep.
There's always a chance. I'm optimistic.
Yeah,
but if it was, they just wouldn't tell you anyway. No. You're still not going to know until they're laser beaming their way down here. Then the government's going to be like, oh yeah, sorry, we knew 3 months ago, but what are you going to do?
Well, exactly right. Yeah, we can't get poor old Bruce Willis up there again.
No.
He's had it.
No, he's had it.
Poor fella.
He didn't even get time to teach anybody how to do it either.
No.
He's the only one with experience.
I know.
It's a shame. We're losing a lot of people with those sort of experiences. There's a lot of actors that are dying lately. It's like an actual shame.
Well, I think it's just because they were the actors that they were middle-aged when we were kids watching movies, and it happens to all of us, I guess.
Yeah, well, obviously Bruce Willis isn't dead yet, but...
No, but he's... I think I don't know.
Well, he's got like a really rare brain condition.
He doesn't even remember... He doesn't even know he was ever... He can't even talk.
Yeah.
So
crazy. That's terrifying. To me, that is terrifying.
100%. You imagine being trapped in your head and you can't speak.
You can't speak. Well, there's 2 questions. Is he trapped in his head and he can speak to himself and he realises he can't speak? Worse. Or is he just trapped in a dark abyss now and he's... got no thoughts? Like either one, like that's wildly terrifying. There's things in this world that I fear that, like, I don't really have a great deal of fear of death, but being in a nursing home, number one, being locked in
your head.
No. So that's probably the worst one. Locked in syndrome is like probably number one. Getting to the age where I get to a nursing home, the next one, like that's like that, to me, that just drive me crazy.
Yep.
The third one is going to an insane asylum and them just not letting you back out again.
You're just there forever.
Well, how do you prove you're not fucking crazy? The more you try and prove you're not crazy, the more crazy you seem. Yeah. And so it's and then they just start medicating you, and then you're fucking sitting in a padded room with a
dream state.
Like, I'm not far off getting locked up into an insane asylum at the best of times. But, like, if I was there and they were just like, hey, Ben, come and look at this interesting thing, and just, like, lock the door, there's 0 chance they're letting me out.
No way.
No way.
No,
or letting anybody out.
No.
They, to me, they're terrifying places, insane asylums.
Yeah. Yep. Are they still a thing?
I don't know. Bailey's is still
I don't know that they're locking up crazy people like they used to.
No, I think they lock up super dangerous people.
Yeah.
But not just like crazy people.
Yeah.
I think they probably need to lock up a few more crazy people without
pointing fingers.
But I don't know. It seemed like it was probably not a bad place for them. After, like, obviously when they were doing all the human testing and shit that they used to do was like pretty bad. But that's how we have bipolar medicine now. The only reason that bipolar medicine exists is because some wild doctor, I'm pretty sure it was in Germany, started doing like human tests on his personality disorder patients.
Yep.
And figured out that lithium balanced it out and stopped the flicks in personality and changed the personality disorder. And that's still what our bipolar medication is today. They've obviously refined it a lot.
Yeah,
but that's the only reason why bipolar and like heaps of other stuff got solved because of.
Like
obviously not condoning human testing. By any standard, but they're like. We got a long way ahead in medicine from it. If you follow the trajectory of wars, like our medical system dramatically changed over World War I, and then did it even bigger in World War II. Superglue was invented in the wars.
Yep.
X-rays were invented because of the war. Madame Curie invented the X-ray and used it on the soldiers.
Right. Yeah. No, there's heaps of stuff.
I
was listening to. I don't think I've told you about this yet, but we can soon find out. I was listening to a podcast, might have even been last week, and a lady who grew up in the Pacific Midwest in the US, where all the Ted Bundys and all the serial killers and
where the CIA grooming grounds are.
Well, she started investigating the correlation between that was where all the smelting plants were in the US.
Oh.
For all the copper and iron and
lead.
And it's huge lead pollution areas. And nearly the Wayne Gacy and Ted Bundy, a lot of those people grew up in areas where the lead, there's still areas where they won't let you build a house because of the lead contamination.
Wow.
And leaded petrol and the medical experiments and testing on lead and what it does to the brain is triggers aggression and all those things.
Yep.
And that was why they had that massive influx of serial killers and extremely violent criminals. And then they've shut down all the smelting plants. We've got unleaded petrol now.
Yeah.
When was the last time we had a serial killer?
Yeah, well, I don't know. So, if you ask the people at the Gold Coast, they're saying there's one cruising around.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, with the amount of them that they had then. So, so she's doing a full piece and a full investigation now on the correlation between lead in those areas.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, everything was... You had lead in paint, you had lead in everything.
Yeah, because it's super versatile. And so it makes stuff last forever.
I don't think she's sort of saying that lead causes serial killers, but people that were already on the fence.
Yeah, it's like
and they were all a similar age, and they were all, all hyper aggressive as kids, and that's I was like, that is
spent too much time licking lead paint walls.
Yeah, and there's a few places still in the US where you can't. You've got to exhume the ground and dig up X amount of cubic meters of dirt before you can build a house there.
Yeah, what do you do with the dirt?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Like, what do you do with the dirt? What do you do with it? So,
that's such
it was just a random thing that I was listening to. I was like, people are fascinating when they just have a random idea. Like, I wonder if this correlates with that. And
we should just look where they all came from. It's like, oh, wow, they all come from smelting towns. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super wild.
So, and then, sort of went through and even like the violent crime in those areas and in men and women, but also in men from, say, 18 to 27.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's And as soon as they sort of worked out lead bad,
lead bad,
shut everything down. The serial killer thing sort of
died.
Tapered off.
Yeah, I wonder if that's actually accurate. Like, I wonder if the statistics of that are right, which I'm sure they are.
The statistics are wild. It's like it was like high 70% decrease in violent crime when lead was removed. Like, it was massive.
That's so wild. So the question is, do you reckon if they'd known about how dangerous lead is, do you reckon they would have ever allowed lead to be used in stuff?
There was companies, I can't remember which company it was, they end up becoming like a General Electric or something was what they ended up as. They were, they'd have a school next to a smelting plant and they'd be like, well, if every kid in that school dies from the lead pollution, it's going to cost us $27 million to pay them out. We're going to make $190 million. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Let them die. So they were actively, and there's documented studies and documented internal reports in the company where they were like, it's not worth our time to shut this plant down to save all those kids from getting
Jesus Christ
poisoned and dying.
That's so wild.
Yeah, so they're just putting a price on a human life.
On humans, yeah.
And we're like, well, we can make more money and we'll just pay them after the dust settles and we'll just pay them all compensation and she'll be sweet. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
people
concerning.
are gross.
That's super concerning.
Yeah.
I don't know. You reckon it was better back in the Middle Ages? Or you reckon people have just always been shit?
Oh, I don't think the Middle Ages were any better.
Before that, like Jerusalem times, like when Jeebus was around?
No way.
No.
You see what they did to William Wallace and, I don't think she was any better.
Probably not.
Holy hell. You can get into some pretty dark history.
Yeah, have you seen
Vlad the Impaler?
Vlad the Impaler? He was a mean motherfucker.
William Wallace, they had 2 doctors on the stand when they were quartering him to make sure he didn't die while they were pulling his internal organs out and burning them.
Yeah, okay.
Like throwing them in a fire next to him, and then they cut him into 4 pieces. But they were like, stop, we'll bring him back around, and then you can keep cutting him up.
Yeah,
like,
wow.
They're fucking
They just
brutal,
went
man.
hard.
Yeah,
they went hard.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers did go hard. Have you seen the reinsurgence of the Shroud of Turin? Has come back up again?
No, they were. Yeah, last I saw, they found there'd been some new studies on it, but I didn't.
Yeah, so they did the studies on it, but now they're arguing the studies. So for the
normal
people, there's shroud, so a linen cloth that they believe they put over Jesus.
Yeah,
when he was crucified and killed and buried in the cave or wherever it was. And there's on this shroud, it's kept in a church, a cathedral in Italy, and it's got it looks like it's photocopied. It looks like a dude has laid on top of a photocopier, and the body has photocopied itself onto the linen shroud, and so it's called the Shroud of Turin, and they believe it's from Jesus. Whether it is or not, people are still arguing. So they thought they'd put the nail in the coffin, figuratively, when they started doing carbon dating studies on the shroud. They found that the parts of it were from the medieval times, so they instantly wrote it off as a fraudulent thing and said they'd recreated something and whatever. Anyway, they've redone them now, and they've found that parts of it are consistent with ancient Jerusalem techniques and Jesus time stuff. And there was where the shroud was held in a nunnery, there was a fire, and the nuns in the medieval time patched it up with their linen cloth after it had been burned. And
so they repaired it.
They repaired it.
Right.
So they've now found out, they've found where the repaired parts are, and they've found the old parts, and they don't match. So there's older material and there's new repaired material from the medieval times. So there's like a heap of debate over what it actually is. So it's a human. They know it's a human. There's blood. They can find blood samples on it. Everything matches from Jerusalemic times. The way that the image is imprinted, they've just recently done 3D X-raying stuff. And it would have sat perfectly over the top of somebody. The markings in it, when you make a 3D rendering of it, fit a person. Yeah, okay. And so there's no way that in the medieval times they would have known that we would have had 3D scanning technology and have developed
to fraud it.
Yeah. It works perfectly, and So now the debate's back on again. The debate is raging.
Yeah,
better than ever, because both people have now been proven somewhat wrong. So both sides of the argument, the religious people and the scientific people, have no explanation of why this
thing
back to
square
actually
one.
exists. So they know it exists. They know that somebody was buried with it on them. There's blood stains and stuff. The person that was buried on them, where the arms and the hands are, there's proof of impaling through the wrist, so not through the hands. So the Bible says that he was crucified with nails through the hand. But which is also incorrect. So when people were crucified, they were nailed through the wrist, and this is consistent with nailing through the wrist.
Because if you nail through a hand,
it just gets teared through.
Yeah.
I've put shoeing nails through my hand, and it just goes zip straight through.
Whereas if you go through a wrist, you've got a bone top and bottom. Yeah.
Yep, side by side and top and bottom, so you can't wiggle your way out of it. So it's consistent with all of those things. So now they're like properly stumped that this thing exists, and it's 100% exists, and they they literally don't know.
We're back to not knowing.
Back to not knowing.
Yeah.
So the church is obviously like over the moon because now it's proving their conspiracy theory right. Well, it's not even a conspiracy. So yeah, it depends. It depends what side of the fence you're on. Whether you think Jesus exists and was the Son of God, or whether Jesus exists and was just a really good salesperson.
He was just a Rasputin at his time.
Yeah. So like people like that have existed in history.
Of course they have.
And become, pillars of a religion or pillars of society or pillars of a belief, like Gandhi and like all these guys, like that are actually real humans. And so the debate now is, so this guy
whatever
existed,
he was. Yeah.
But was he the Son of God or was he not?
Or did he take acid?
And then the second question is, how did so much radiation take place on top of this body that it's photocopied a human onto a linen cloth? And so that's where it loses everybody. So this dude existed. He was definitely buried. He was definitely crucified. He definitely lived in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
But when he died, some wild bit of radiation happened near him that didn't liquefy him or turn the linen cloth into a pile of ash, but photocopied his body onto a linen cloth.
Yeah.
Like perfectly.
Yep.
Like you can look up, it's the Shroud of Turin. So it's the Shroud of Turin.
Yeah. Yep.
And you just look it up for yourself. It's a fascinating rabbit hole to go down. So yeah, educate yourselves. But I just thought super cool.
Yeah, it's just another one of those things that raises more questions than answers.
It has literally answered 0 questions.
Yeah, and asked a lot more questions.
Yeah. So I love stuff like that.
I do too. I spend
way too much time looking into stuff like that. The other thing from last week was funny measurements.
Yeah.
So like you obviously went down the tonnage route.
Yep.
And then we asked, and there's a I should have brought it up last week, but I didn't think about it on the run. My partner, when she cooks, she follows recipes. So I don't follow recipes. I don't really like recipes that much. But when Emma cooks, she follows recipes to the letter. And she got stumped a while ago. She was reading a recipe book that said 1 butter.
Yep.
Like a butter.
Like a rasher of bacon.
Like a rasher of bacon.
But
this is a butter.
A butter.
Yeah. And so it stumped her for ages. She's like, what the fuck is a butter?
Yeah.
And so apparently there's places in the world that aren't Australia that have a standardised stick of butter. You can buy a stick of butter and it's like 100 grams or whatever it is.
But it's always
a butter. Like 1 butter is equal to this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
whereas we would say 250 grams of butter.
Yeah, you'd say like
or whatever.
However many butters you need. Yeah. So you could measure things in butters really if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You could scale up butters. 1 stick of butter, 2 sticks of butter.
Yeah.
It's a scalable measurement.
There you go. A butter.
Mm-hmm.
We've come a long way.
We've come a long way from butters. Yeah. Yeah. I like the metric system, but you could use butters if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't amaze me, but it was always laugh about measuring horses in hands.
Yeah, in hands.
Whose hand?
Yeah, whose fucking hand?
Whose hand?
Yeah, because it's bigger than mine. I got like reasonable size hands.
Big hands.
And mine, it's not a hand.
14 hands is not my 14 hands, so whatever the fuck they used.
Yeah, old gigantus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what a stupid race of people we are.
Yep.
Or race of animals, I
Animals,
guess.
yeah, just monkeys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, there's some funny stuff out there with measuring. Yeah, it's
Well, knots was just they tied
a knot every set distance in a rope.
And then they just let it hang out the back of the boat, and however fast it got dragged out the back of the boat was how many knots you were going.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a pretty and
it worked.
Well, as long as you tie your knots in the same distance.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep.
Old Jimmy goes fast, just ties his knots an inch closer, and he's zooming along the water.
He's selling way more boats.
Yeah, he's got a metric knot instead of an imperial knot.
Yeah, yeah, just fudging the figures. Mm-hmm. You see that now with dyno figures. Guys will spruik big dyno numbers when they're performance testing, and you zoom in on the tyre size that they've entered, and they're running a 13-inch wheel.
People are sneaky, aren't they?
Yeah.
People will do anything for a fucking advantage.
Yep.
They love it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I love to see it. It's good. It's the way to get ahead, I suppose. You know.
Well, yeah.
There's two people in the world, losers and cheats.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, yeah, no, I don't know. Knots are one of those ones, but we're still using knots, so it's not like it's.
Well, every boat.
Yeah.
Every boat is done in knots.
Yep.
Oh, what have I done?
Oh, you've wrecked the notes. We're fucked now.
I've wrecked it now.
We're going to struggle talking now.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. No, we've had a pretty big win this week at work with one of our staff's just put their first engine together, which is always a big deal.
Oh yeah,
big deal for
that is a big deal, especially engines these days.
Yeah, we it definitely wasn't the easiest one to learn on, but it was always a thing. Like the young people and the apprentices always looked up to the tradesmen, like, oh, one day, like, I'll be able to build an engine, and I've made it. But like, you build an engine and it starts and it's running sweet, and you're like, oh yeah, like it was just nuts and bolts I was putting together, and then you realise that the diagnostics is the pinnacle. You know, like when you get to that age where you're qualified and you've built a heap of engines, and then you see that the older guys that are, you know, they can look at something and do some voltage checks and go, I know what the problem is. Yeah. And you go, oh shit,
it's wild.
Building engines is nothing.
Building engines is just the start of it.
But yeah, it was good. It was a good good for the whole team, you know, because it's been a bit of a ongoing mission, this one. It was a tricky one to find parts for, and tricky one to keep on top of, and just to have it, hear it running, and just everyone was sort of high-fiving and pretty happy. But the team member that actually built it was just wrapped. Yeah.
Do you do like a special like thing for? Yeah,
so we normally we do. I won't spoil it on air in case we get listened to. But yeah, we do like to commemorate. I don't think enough people celebrate milestones.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Or consider that a milestone. You know, like anyone. I mean, shit, you get to a point. How many horses have you shoed over the years? How much of anything you get to a point where you're like, oh, it's just another one. But you sort of think back to your first one. It's worth making a big deal.
Absolutely.
Out of. In anything, you know, like go back to kids with sport.
Yep.
The first goal or the first time they contribute to the success of the team. Like,
First time they walk.
Yeah, it's everything. You've got to take a minute and just acknowledge that. Yeah. No, it's a good achievement. It's something. Yeah. Something.
Absolutely.
You'll always remember the first time you've done that, whether it's a try at footy or first time you drove a car. Yeah, like you
first route.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, but you've got to sort of pat on the back every now and again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's super cool that you actually have like I don't know if enough people do that sort of stuff, but yeah, it's cool that you've got a like a memento.
Yeah, and I've still got it when I finished my first successful rebuild. My boss got me a special bit of tooling and engraved my name on it, and that sort of thing, and I've still got it now. So that was, I don't want to think how many years ago that was, but you don't use it anymore. Like it's an old tool, but you open the drawer and go, oh yeah, I remember that. That was for that job. So yeah, no, it was a good morale boost.
Things with stories behind them are always like more sentimental than things bought. Yeah, like if people buy you something for a thing, like a celebration or a trophy or whatever, it's more than just the trophy. It's the memory.
It's what led to the trophy.
It's the story that comes along with that. No one actually cares about the fucking trophy. No one cares about the tool. Well, the tooling's handy, but but it's like every time you look at that, you play that story in your mind. Yep. Again, it's like when people, I think that's probably the shame. In the society we live in now, there's probably not that many handmade things anymore that have like a story attached to them. Yep. You know, like everything's so sanitized and mass produced now that there's
not even that emphasis put on the success anymore. Yeah, we've for a long time now been living in the participation trophy era where you know, they don't even give out red, blue, green ribbons.
Don't they?
It's not for the younger kids now.
Yeah, okay.
They give them a...
That's just setting them up to be fucked up,
Yeah,
isn't it?
they give them... I know I didn't go to any sports carnivals this year, but last year, like the younger grades would have, like, say for long jump, you had like a red and a blue and a green, and they're like, right, oh, well, all of you kids jumped into the blue zone, so you're blue, and instead of saying you jump the furthest, here's first place.
Yeah, here you put the most amount of effort in, and you
and that's gone
and
now.
now
So
you won.
I don't know if it's gone everywhere, but in this our schooling, that's the way it's gone now, and it's disappointing because, you know,
where's the pride?
The kid that jumped 5 centimetres short of the end zone, gets the same amount of recognition as the kid that just made it into that. There could be 20 kids in that one.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember what the spread was. It might have been like a metre, 2 metre, 3 metre, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you go home and tell mum and dad that you go, how'd you go long jump? Oh, well, I jumped into the blue zone.
Yeah, and I guess there's people that
20
say
other
you shouldn't be
kids.
putting any pressure on your kids to succeed.
But it's not pressure. It's learning that failure's okay, and if you fail, you can
try harder next year. Yeah. Or maybe you just shouldn't be doing long jump.
Go and try shot put.
Yeah, I got told as a young kid. I used to go to soccer. My brother played soccer.
Of course you did.
And I went to soccer to play at the same club my brother played at, and it didn't take the coach very long to pull my parents up and just be like, soccer's probably not for this kid. He probably needs to play league. Just put him in rugby somewhere, just do something with him, but soccer is not this kid's game. Whereas, like, I don't think he'd be able to tell parents that anymore.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, I don't know. It
is. It's frustrating.
It's frustrating, but that's why, like, socialism and communism fail after a while is because the rocket scientist gets this shits with getting paid the same as the glove maker.
Yeah.
So every rocket science becomes a glove maker because you
earn the same money.
Yeah. And so if you're winning the same ribbon after you're the kid that tries the hardest and trains the most, all you're doing is discouraging him from trying.
100%.
And you're just making it numb for all the other kids that...
Yeah.
You know,
and it takes a competitive edge out of people.
Yeah, which is what you need for a good society. This is probably going to...
Who cares?
Yeah, but like, for a good society, that's what you need. You need people that believe that they can do better.
Yep.
And that they are better, and then they do better, and then they are better, and that's good for society.
Good for everybody.
It's good for everybody. And so, like, bundling kids in, and there's probably a handful of kids there that... know they didn't deserve a ribbon.
Yeah.
And that sticks with you. There's nothing worse than false praise.
That's right.
That fucking burns you up
and
just
that's
as
the
good.
whole exercise is false praise.
Yeah, and
that's
then
what shits me
there's the
off.
kid right at the top, the 3 kids that tried the hardest that know they won, that now can't go to school and be like, I'm really good at this. Yeah.
Because you shared that honour with 4 other kids.
So all you're doing is robbing them
Yep.
and hurting the kids at the bottom anyway because they know that they don't deserve it.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It shits me off. And that now...
It's a tough one.
When that all started, like those kids now are finishing high school and entering...
the real world.
Politics and jobs and the workforce. And I think it's without getting philosophical and ranty again.
Yeah.
I think that is some of the issue we're having with employment and with everything because there's no drive. No. There's no drive to be the best farrier or the best.
Dana White summed it up the best in his press conference. We were talking last week about the UFC selling their rights to Paramount and instead of ESPN. And he had an interview. And he made the statement. Now, I'm not quoting him because I'm not reading it, so please don't get mad at me, Dana White, if you're listening, which I doubt it. But the generalisation of his sentiment was, without generalising an entire generation, they're all pussies.
Yep.
If you belong in this generation and you have an ounce of nous or go-get or dog in ya, you will flog your whole competition because there is just fucking nobody. The competition now is just fucking nothing.
Yep.
And so if you've got the drive and if you've got a little bit of mongrel in you that makes you want to do a little bit more, you go leaps and bounds. There's generations before us, there was piles of blokes striving, hard men that were just hard dudes to deal with, that were very good at business. So your competition was fierce. Whereas competition now is fucking there is few and far between good competition now.
Yep.
Where, once again, without generalising our business
and ranting too heavily,
the new competition on the market just doesn't exist.
No, not at all.
No, it's just super interesting, and it's a pendulum, right? This will swing. It'll swing back the other way. There'll be huge gaps in the market. People will fulfill them. People will get some go, and then it'll get really competitive again. And then it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But I feel like we're right up in that tippity top of that pendulum swing at the moment. Like it feels like the whole world's about to just implode. Yeah, like everyone's pent up. Everyone just wants to be let go.
There's so many easy ways to chop and change, and this isn't for me. I've done 3 days of this and I hate it, so I'm just going to go and do something else. And
they give you excuses now.
Yeah,
like they give you excuses to quit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay you've quit because the economy's hard. It's okay that you quit and you've got whatever. You don't chase your dreams because, whatever.
And that probably circles back to the editing of Instagram.
Probably,
reels,
they go, probably.
Well, geez, that bloke's got everything, and
well, it's super interesting because. So we sell stuff to some of the biggest stores in Australia and overseas now. And we only just got in just after COVID. And so the world of competitive markets that existed they changed forever for everyone. The rules for supplying to these guys changed forever.
Yep.
So we know guys that supplied stuff and still supply stuff to the big stores. And if they were late more than a couple of times, their contracts would get pulled into question nearly instantaneously. If you guys don't fucking want this, somebody else does.
10 people
There's 10 guys ready to get in. Yep. Now, if you're late, they just go, oh, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, we're still struggling to get stuff back up and going after COVID. Like the COVID thing was like this massive excuse for everyone to not keep things on time and keep things in the shops. And I understand that there was heavy restrictions and it was a very difficult time.
Yep.
But it still exists to this day.
Oh,
the mentality of it still, especially in logistics, still exists to this day.
Yep.
There's been this fundamental shift. It's super interesting.
Well, we even notice a lot now, like suppliers just don't keep items on the shelf.
Yeah.
For anything.
Yep.
You need the most basic of items.
Yep.
It's got to come out of a DC somewhere in another state. Like nothing.
Yeah, you're lucky if it's in Australia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You ring Toyota, you want 6 wheel nuts.
Yeah.
6 wheels, 6 nuts hold 1 wheel on.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 3 on the shelf.
Yeah.
We can get 2 out of Melbourne, 1 out of Brisbane. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you not have enough wheel nuts to hold a wheel on a car?
Yep.
Like it just, and that has been...
It fundamentally changed. It really fundamentally changed a heap of stuff. And so... and I think that's probably not great. I think that stifles competitiveness again on another level because people just come to expect that, and then there's no new way of getting into a location because everyone's just like, oh well, like we haven't fired these guys because there's no grounds to fire them anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we can be lazy.
We even noticed with a lot of the big aftermarket guys, you ring them and go, hey, have you got XYZ? And they go, oh, we haven't. Have you tried our competitor down the road?
Yeah. Like, what?
That's no. I will try the competitor, but you shouldn't be suggesting that. You should be ringing your regional manager or your state manager and saying, hey, we've just lost another sale to Joe Blow next street over.
Yeah.
Why haven't we got shit here to sell? Like we're in the business of selling.
Yeah.
We've got nothing to sell.
Yep.
And nothing shits me more than when you go on a website, they advertise a big sale or whatever it is, whether it's boots or
shirts or fucking socks.
And you go, oh, yeah, I need some of that. And you log in, nil stock. You know, what's the point?
What are you doing? Yeah, no, it's super interesting. It's the world's changed and it's changing quickly.
Yeah.
I'm very, very interested to see where it goes. Like, I think it's going to be, and I think Dana White's right. I think if you have the opportunities are boundless at the moment. If you really want to,
you don't have to. What's the saying? It's easier to soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by turkeys. Yeah, because it's true. You don't need to work that much harder.
No.
to be better than
No.
the
average
your
person
competition.
these days,
It is interesting, and it's interesting talking to people from our parents' era, and they're like, the comment's been made to me multiple times. I don't know how you are doing it, or how you make it work, or how you, anything, not just business, but like
households,
families, like
time.
It's crazy. But anyway, we'll ride it out.
It's just everyone has challenges, and this is just our game that we're playing, and you can either play it or not.
Yeah, that's right.
Jump on board or don't. There is no Yoda.
Well, you'll get the participation trophy no matter what.
That's right.
Why try?
Oh the famous Star Wars Yoda saying, there is no try. There is either do or don't.
Yeah,
just fucking do it or don't do it.
Yep,
that's the model of it.
That's right.
No.
Yeah. Well, judging by the length of these cigars,
I think we're
pushing time.
Probably on our time.
Close to.
Yeah. But so like as always, if you guys have got any questions, if you want to reach out, if you want feedback or anything like that, admin at thegarrisonsupplyco.com.au. If you want to talk to us in just a super casual setting, the Garrison Supply Co Cigar Club on Facebook.
Leave a comment on YouTube and Spotify, and we'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. We do, we're pretty active on that stuff, and we're trying to be more active on the other ones. And we'll be here next Wednesday. We appreciate the support again, and we're overwhelmed by the feedback and the support. So
it's been sensational. It's been really, really good.
More. So hopefully this took the edge off or raised some questions about your Wednesday night choices. But
I wonder how many of our listeners spend Thursday, Friday just deep in a rabbit hole,
losing their minds. We appreciate it, guys, and we'll be back here next Wednesday. Yep. Do it again.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers. Thank
you.
See
you later. They're getting longer.
Oh, was that longer? Oh, now fucking...
That's 6:43.
Fucking hell. Yep. Oh, it's 7:15. Holy dooly. An hour and 16 minutes.
Wow. Go us.
I'm going to have to rewatch that one because I have no idea where that went.
That one? Yeah, what did we talk about? See, that's what I've been doing. I'll listen to...
I don't even know how to caption that podcast.
I'll listen to the one we released today to remind me of what to post on Friday and Monday.
Yeah.
Because I just forget. I'd forgotten all about the bacon rashes and...
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I need a piss. Yeah, no, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.